Last night, watching Case Keenum struggle in the first half, everybody's like, put in Dwayne Haskins. Put in Dwayne Haskins. Case Keenum stinks, which I'm not arguing against you. I don't think he's done that great since leaving the Minnesota Vikings, who should have never let him go, by the way.
No.
Especially after that moment. Like, after the Minneapolis Miracle happens, I have no idea how they let him walk out of town. That's biggest moment in internet history, I think, in modern history. Biggest moment in Viking modern history. I mean, that was a massive thing. To let the quarterback go out of that, I thought was pretty stupid. Just to replace him with a little bit taller, nerdier version of him. that didn't really feel like the right move to me. But Case Keenum has not been great since leaving there. But I don't think any quarterback's going to do great against that Bears defense. I honestly think he had no chance going into that game. But watching Dwayne Haskins on the sidelines, I learned a couple things. A, that samurai headband, pretty sweet.
A lot of quarterbacks are doing it.
Pretty sweet. I wish I could do that. Rafael Nadal, I think, has really been the mainstay of the samurai headband. I think he's a guy that has really trademarked it, mastered it. But if Dwayne Haskins is going to do that, I absolutely love it. Couple earrings in his ears, no hate here. Okay, I like that a lot. I hope he got them at Claire's and they're not actually expensive. Because if you're in the NFL, people think your stuff is expensive. Wow, I almost just had my first FCC slip there. Regardless of where you get it from. I did not love that he was nowhere near Case Keenum, though. Okay, let me tell you why. Dwayne Haskins is currently being benched because he's supposed to be learning how to become a pro. I think a lot of whispers around is he doesn't fully know how to be a pro yet, doesn't know how to study, doesn't know how to take care of his body, doesn't know how to do this, doesn't know how to do that. He's always been successful, I assume, with just natural talent and natural ability, much like a lot of quarterbacks, by the way. Not Dwayne Haskins' fault, this is a lot. But if you're being put in a position to watch an older quarterback and kind of grow and learn from it, you would hope that he would hang around him, even when times are bad. Case Keenum had, what, 17 turnovers last night? And they were still almost in that game late. Watching a veteran quarterback kind of handle that type of controversy throughout the evening is something you can learn from, whether it's something you take away from what he's doing bad or whether you take away something from him doing good, like his ability to maintain his cool and get the team back into a two-score game there in the fourth quarter, something you could probably learn from. Instead, Dwayne was off on the sideline all by himself over there, covering his mouth, talking about God knows what, smiling, laughing a little bit when your team's down 28. Not great optics, but you have no idea what he's talking about. Somebody could have said something funny. That's not his fault. I hate when people judge that. But I did not like that he was not around Case Keenum. Case Keenum's going through the film on his iPad. No, it's not an iPad. Sorry, it's a
Microsoft Surface.
Yeah, a crappier version. What was that? Bill Gates, right? Microsoft?
Yeah, yep.
That Inside Bill Gates' Mind I tried to watch on Netflix, by the way.
How was it?
I fell asleep. I'm sure it's good. I enjoy that.
I had no desire.
I mean, he was with $100 billion or something.
Sure.
There's a website. It's called Spend Bill Gates' Money. I was playing with it yesterday, actually. He has a lot of money. You could buy all 32 NFL teams if you wanted.
Dude, he had $100 billion.
He
had $100 billion like 20 years ago. Like, he has a lot of cash, which is why I want to watch it, because I enjoy learning why the greats are great. I enjoy doing that. I think he kind of got into a career path before everybody else, so that kind of helps, especially if that particular career path becomes
the career path.
The career path. But I was interested in watching that. But neither here nor there. We all know the iPad's better. I mean, that's not just because I'm a Steve Jobs guy, his quotes on the TV behind me, but mostly because everybody else has one, and blue messages are better than green. But when Case Keenum's going through that film, if you saw Mitchell Trubisky, Chase Daniel was right next to him. So Chase Daniel was right next to him, helping him go through it. I see this, I see that. Case Keenum was sitting there all by himself while Dwayne Haskins is over in the corner. Well, if your job is to learn from the starter, at least be near him in the good times and the bad. Be a better football player. Be a better pro, which will probably make you better in the future. Now, is that future going to be coming sooner than later? A lot of people are wondering. Is Case Keenum going to get benched after getting demolished by the Chicago Bears defense that is going to demolish a lot of people? I don't know. I'm intrigued to find out. Next week, they got Danny Dimes and the New York Giants, where Dwayne Haskins on draft night, he was charging people to get into his draft party. He looked a little smug after he got drafted, which I would too if I was disappointed that I fell all the way to the
11, 15?
Man,
16 or in that area.
Man, that must have been a very tough time falling all the way down to the 16th pick. But if he was being told he's going to draft it higher, I can understand that. He said he's going to make the Giants pay for not drafting him. It would be an incredible business decision by Danny Snyder to put him out there this weekend. But what happens if he just craps all over himself? What happens if he walks out there and throws 5 picks? What happens if he gets on the field and realizes, oh, this isn't an NFL preseason game. This isn't a Big Ten game. This is the actual NFL with real football players jogging at me. But that Giants defense stinks. So this could be a good start for Dwayne Haskins. And after the Giants, they have
the Patriots.
Which, if you put him in there against the Giants, you have to have him play against the Patriots then. And what happens when Bill Belichick squares off against Dwayne Haskins, a rookie quarterback? What Dwayne Haskins will do is find a way to look worse than the entire Miami Dolphins football team somehow. But after that, speaking of Dolphins, he has the Dolphins after that. So he has the Giants, Patriots, Dolphins, if he was to play this upcoming week, which I am not saying he should. I think he should still learn how to be a pro. I think he should watch Case Keenum, even though Case Keenum is not like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Philip, one of those guys. You can still learn from a guy that's been in the league a long time. And I think he should still learn from him. I think he should still try to figure out how to be a pro so that whenever he gets on the field, it's like he's a veteran as opposed to just a kid straight out of Ohio State who doesn't have a good shot. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But putting him out there this upcoming week, then you know what's on the doorstep, which is the evil empire, Dr. Death, Bill Belichick is the week after. So I don't know what the Redskins are going to do. Hell of a fan base still. They showed up for him last night. They did. I mean, there was a lot of Bears fans, but that place showed up last night. I was pretty intrigued by the crowd. There was a pretty big pop out there. I thought that place was going to be empty. I thought the Hail to the Redskins fan base, what are they called?
I don't know.
Something with like pigs or something, isn't it?
Yeah, hogs.
The hogs.
Yeah.
The hogs are those, yeah.
Yeah, they're still there, and that team stinks. They're like that is a loyal fan base, which I respect a lot. But I'm just not sure now is the time to put Dwayne Haskins on the field.
Well, if he's not hanging out around Case Keenum and he's not learning, like the reason why you're sitting him is so that he learns from the starter. But if he's not doing any of those things, you might as well find out what you have against a shitty
Tony.
Tone.
It's on me.
R.I.P.
You just can't do that.
Can't do it.
Diggs.
Can't do it.
Thank you.
If you're watching along at home on the internet, you just heard Diggs be the first member of our team break an FCC or have an FCC violation. We've been how long now?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks and some change.
2 weeks and 2 days. We had no idea what was going to happen when we got on the air. Everybody thought we were going to swear day one. Wasn't us, it was a caller. Literally day one. Yeah. A couple of our phoners have said shoot, but they have an accent, so it sounded like something else. And here we are, Tuesday, September 24th, 10:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Tony Diggs decides to throw us right into an FCC fine. Let's have a moment of silence for our record that we had for a little bit. I was wondering who was going to break.
It's tough.
We're going to have to start a new chalkboard. It's like the
Yeah. There's been
days
0
without an
incidents.
accident?
I'll sit out a couple plays.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. Just that one we wish you would have sat out of.
Yeah.
You know, that particular, that one particular play. And now that we're on, I think, like 45 channels, that's going to be a pretty pricey FCC thing. Unless Don got us. Did Don get it?
Yes, he did.
Oh, so that got dumped.
Yes, it did.
All
Thanks,
right.
Don.
Attaboy, Don.
Well, I also learned from legend Bob Cavoyan that they had like 3,000 complaints, but only got fined 4 times. So
Yeah, well, I'm sure we have a lot of complaints as well. We say a lot of things, but there's no reason just to give them ammunition. And we'll grow and we'll get better. We're only 2 weeks into this thing.